Improve your web content in 6 easy steps. It is easy and it can be improved. So, who am I? Oh, I'm John. What is this? This is the Marketing for Owners podcast. What do you do, John? I show people like you and me how to create a self-marketing company, a company that does its marketing all on its own while you do the things you prefer to be doing. So we need to have web content, blogs, posts, pages, information, pictures, all sorts. These posts may even be put on LinkedIn or Facebook or somewhere like that, or Google+. But it needs to be effective. There are millions and millions of websites that give the reader the choice. You want them to be impressed with yours, so let's make them look a little bit more professional. Now, for anyone who's been following for a while, you'll know as this is a Friday edition, it's the weekend challenge where I set you something to think about over the weekend, get you away from the normal work. But in between time, when you got 5 minutes where you're desperate to do some work, you can work through this. So the 6 easy steps are going to be written down. Go get your pen, go get your piece of paper or a pad or even a pencil. I'll wait. Are you back? Oh, well done. Well done indeed. So, step 1. Let's dive straight in. I'm going to assume, by the way, you have written the post and you are to improve it, or you are looking at old and existing posts and pages on your website and you want to improve them. Okay, so step 1, read it out aloud. Yes, it may sound silly, but read it out aloud. Now, I don't recommend you do that when other people are around, and I don't mean while you're walking down the high street or down the downtown. But by reading it, you get to hear how it sounds in real life. You'll also get to find a few little errors and little mistakes. One thing you're looking for is to cut out the waffle. Another thing you're looking for is to cut out repetitiveness. When I say waffle, by the way, that's possibly an English term, so I mean just blabbering on about any old thing. Get to the point. The reader hasn't got much time. Okay. Number 2, grab that post and edit it, but edit it with free software. First of all, use Grammarly.com. Now, we use Grammarly for every post. We run everything through it. I have it constantly running on Chrome, in my Chrome browser on my Mac. So look up Grammarly PC. It's dead easy to find. Grammarly PC, Grammarly.com, and just enter your post in there and you'll find it will analyze. It will pick out places where you should have commas or where you shouldn't have commas, where you've got the wrong there or there, the wrong here or here, or things like that. Dead easy. Now, once you've gone through Grammarly, I want you to then copy the same piece and paste it into Hemingway. So I think it's hemingwayapp.com, but just look up the Hemingway app. Again, it's free. This will be looking for long, complicated sentences. It will be looking for the correct tense and things like that. Dead easy. These things are free. Just follow what they say, follow the advice and do it. Piece of cake, eh? Number 3, the headline. Does your headline stand out? If people read your headline and it isn't appealing, they won't go and read your article or your post in the first place. So it doesn't matter how good your thing is. Now, copywriters spend something like 80% of their time and effort just on the headline. Once you get people through into the article, that's half the battle. So make it more effective. Use powerful words. Go to look up John Morrow, JONMORROW. His website is boostblogtraffic.com. Now, when you get to his website, he has some excellent articles on how to form a good headline, but he's just darn good at writing them. On the right-hand side, I think, of his website, down the sidebar, there are the popular posts. Just look at the headlines of his popular posts. Easy. You can Google about good headline formats as well, but make them effective. Number 4, the format. Now, this is one of my top pet peeves. On websites, in web copy, I just cannot stand to see huge blocks of text, huge amounts of just text in huge paragraphs. It's boring, it's unappealing, I don't want to read them. Break those up. So you want shorter paragraphs. Make sure they have shorter words. This will probably have come out in when you use the Hemingway app, along with shorter sentences. So short sentences, shorter words, shorter paragraphs. Now, this is not English school. It's not an English lesson at school. You don't have to worry about your grammar teacher. Just write for real life. People speak in real life in a different way. They read in a different way. This is the 21st century, full of lazy people who are used to the internet and scanning. Look for, if you look at an article with lots of text, you'll be bored. If you look at an article where you can scan through it because it's got bullet points and short paragraphs. A paragraph can be one sentence or two sentences, just a couple of lines. Much, much easier. So work on that, work on the format and make it easy. Another one is to add subheaders or subheadlines. Again, in bold, because they're bold, they stand out and they give the reader an idea of what is in that section. So when they're scanning ahead, they want to know whether it's worth their time. They're not going to read the whole thing in detail. They're going to look for scannable bits. Make sure there are plenty of them in that article. Number 5, images. Your images need to be large. These days, everyone's got a fantastic camera on their smartphone, their iPhone, their Android, or you might even have a proper DSLR camera, like a Canon, Canon Rebel or a EOS or a Nikon. Obviously not a camera person, me. But in addition, there are stock image sites with free stock images, places like pixabay.com or unsplash.com, two of my favorites. I love Unsplash. And then, of course, there's the paid stock photography sites. You've got no excuse. Make sure those images are huge. People want to pin them on Pinterest. People want to see things on Facebook with images, on Twitter tweets with images. It's the modern world. It's the way we go. Everything with an image gets far more shares, including your posts. So make sure they've got nice fresh images. The one at the top of the post, the first one, make it big enough to be pinned. So something like 725 pixels wide, 1,000 pixels high. Then put text on top. Go to canva.com. Canva is free. It's easy. They got loads of tutorials. Put something like the headline of the article over the text, or grab a quote from in the article, just a quotable piece in simple text. That's what people like to share. You've seen quotes on Facebook. They're everywhere because people like to share things like that. Improve your images. And by the way, don't just put one at the top, and don't stick them over to the right or to the left. Put them full width. Put a few images in. If you've got an article that's, say, 900 words, put one image for every 300 words, maybe more. Don't get stuck with that. Finally, You've written your article, you've improved it. The next is to tell everybody about it. Don't just post it and share it on Facebook or tweet it and then hope that that's it, your job done. Assume people aren't going to come unless you tell them you've got new content. Big mistake that people make is not telling enough people that they've written new content. So when you put something out there, please, 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 please tell them all about it. This can be by emailing your list, your customers, your potential customers. Tell them, or an influencer list that you've built up over time. And that's it. Those are 6 simple steps to improve your content, and they really, really do work. If you get that into a habit, make a checklist, go through them each time, your content will be so much more readable. People will share it, people will come back for more. That's it. Weekend challenge done. Once you've done that over your weekend, enjoy the rest of the weekend with your family. Don't do any other work. Come back refreshed Monday. I'll have something good for you then. See you then.